I had a call today with a woman where her relationship history was basically her having to take care of the man. She would make more money than the men that she's dated. And she's never really had a man who has fully taken care of her, who's fully cherished her, who's taken care of her emotionally, physically, financially, in all the ways so that she could just relax and be in her feminine energy. And she didn't really believe that it was possible for her. On some level, she did, which was why she was doing the call with me in the first place. But a big part of her didn't think it would ever happen for her, which is a big reason why she stayed in these relationships where her needs were not being fully met, where she wasn't being fully led, where she didn't have a man who is holding space for her, leading her out of unhealthy behaviors, and instead he would just get into arguments with her, be more reactive, be the one that's coming to her for support and advice. And she just felt this huge sense of responsibility. It didn't feel good for her because that's not what a woman needs in a relationship. In a relationship, it's the man who should be taking that responsibility so that you can let go, so that you can just receive, so you can be taken care of. She didn't really believe it was possible. And it's that very belief that she's not going to get her needs met, she's not going to be able to attract that high quality man that I talk about in all of these videos, that kept her tolerating less. So what we're going to talk about today is why women have that belief, how it is so unbelievably harmful, and how to start shifting that. Because there is a much better reality for you when you've shifted that belief fully. And I don't just mean on a conscious level, because if you followed me, especially if you follow me, watched other of my videos, you already have an idea that, yeah, it's possible for you. Maybe you can attract that. But deeper down, it's your behaviors that really matter. Are you still tolerating less than you deserve? If you are, then you don't really believe it deep down. We want to shift that belief so you can get everything you need and deserve. Before we get into that topic, I'm going to quickly introduce myself. Hello, my name is Zach Rohde. I'm here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams using your feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire a man into cherishing you. If you've not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below. Hit the notification bell and be sure to like this video because I am going to make sure it's a really good one for you. So this limiting belief that I am not worthy of better, or that I can't get better. You might believe on some level I'm worthy of it, but you don't really believe it's possible, especially today in this world. Because let's be honest, we got a lot of emasculated men today. We got a lot of really feminine men in our society. A lot of men who have not had healthy role modeling from healthy fathers who taught them how to be men, taught them how to properly take care of a woman, how to properly love a woman. And especially if you happen to be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, even older. And by the way, we've worked with clients even in their 70s and helped them get their dream relationship. But the older you get, and especially if you have children, if you're a single mother, you have more of that limiting belief. It's like, where are these good men? Where are these really healthy masculine men? Or, a healthy masculine man, he's not going to want to choose me. I've already got children. The mother who I did this call with, she had a few children, and she was in her 40s as well. It's like, a man's not going to want to choose a woman that's as old as I am, who's in her 40s, in her 30s, in her 50s, whatever. And that belief is going to be compelling you into certain behaviors. What's one of the big behaviors that's going to come up if you have that belief unconsciously? Well, you're not even going to try. You're not even going to bother putting everything, all of your effort into going out and opening yourself fully to attract that kind of man that you need. Another thing that you will do is you will tolerate less than you deserve. So when you do find a man, you start dating him, all of a sudden you don't speak up as much. Maybe you'll speak up more when it's a man you don't really like, but when you really like him, it's like, I haven't found a man this great in so long or ever. Oh, all the things that you've learned on these videos from me, all the feminine communication stuff, opening yourself up. Well, you're not doing much of that because you're afraid of losing him. And so you end up dishonoring yourself and you end up losing him, probably. If you get into a relationship, you start compromising. You start tolerating things that you shouldn't. Start speaking up less. Start going into various control patterns because you are afraid that if I lose him, I'll have nothing. Sure, he's only given me 50% or 70% of what I want, and I said things are okay. I want it to be 100%. I want it to be so much better, but I don't know. I don't know if I can inspire him, and I'm so afraid that I will just burden him and will push him away. So you compromise yourself. Or you do start sharing vulnerably. Maybe you start applying everything that you've learned from me on these videos, and he doesn't shift. And you just keep thinking, well, it must be me. It's got to be me. So I will just tolerate it because if I leave, I'll never find anything better. And it's that very thing that is causing you to not receive what you really need. It's stopping you from inspiring the devotion that you need because there's your self-worth. That's where it is. That's the level that it is at. It is at that point that you're unwilling to honor yourself, honor your heart, because you don't think that you could do better. Now, of course, there's some women, to be perfectly fair, these are not typically the women that I attract to my channel, but there are these women, they often get paraded around on Red Pill Channel and made fun of, and for good reason, who are very entitled, very spoiled, who think that they deserve the absolute best in a man, but they're super masculinized. They're judgmental, they're entitled, they're not vulnerable, they're not respectful, and they absolutely don't deserve that kind of man at all. But if you follow me and you resonate with my words, you're not likely to be that kind of woman. You're more likely to be the kind of woman that is settling for less than you deserve, typically. And so my message is that you actually deserve better. And you can get better, but you need to start shifting these deeper beliefs about yourself. So here's the most powerful thing I can tell you. You have to choose faith every day for the rest of your life. You have to choose faith that if you're single, that the perfect man is out there for you. I mean, no man is perfect, but a man who's going to fulfill you in all the ways that you need. He is out there, and you just need to do the work to be able to attract him. Or if you're in a relationship, the ideal man for you is inside of him. And if you just do the work, he's going to come out and he's going to take care of you. And you're choosing that every day. If you had that belief 100%, like there is no doubt in your mind, how would you be showing up differently? And then, of course, 90% of the time, if you're in a relationship, if you really do all the work, the man is going to shift. But sometimes he doesn't, which is also when you need to decide, okay, well, I know that my man is out there then. Like I've done all I reasonably can in this relationship. He's not shifting. I have 100% faith. Of course, if I let this attachment go, I'm going to receive what I need. So this is an act of faith ultimately in your self-worth. And it is also an act of faith in regards to men, that there's good men out there. If you don't tend to see a lot of really healthy masculine men and healthy behavior from men, okay, well, you're attracting that. You're literally co-creating that reality with other men by the way that you show up. Because my clients, as they make these shifts, they start seeing a very different reality. They see a reality where men are provisional all the time. Masculine men are stepping up. They're putting in the effort to take care of those women. But that's because they've shifted in themselves to inspire that wherever they go. And so what they're doing is they're choosing faith all the time. They're choosing faith in the best in humanity, the best in men, and the best in their self-worth. And they're acting as if. That's what's going to get you everything that you want, is choosing that faith. Of course, you also need to know how to make those shifts, how to operate from faith, right? Because what does faith look like practically? Well, it looks like you're choosing to always be vulnerable, even if you're scared. It's choosing to always ask permission for what you want, even if you don't think that a man's going to give it to you. It's choosing to not go into any kind of mothering pattern, even if you think, well, maybe I'm not going to be worthy enough if I don't give him reminders, or I don't help, I don't give him gifts, if I don't step into this masculine support role. Faith looks like letting go of all your control patterns completely. Faith looks like moving into fear every single day of your life. at every opportunity. And that's why most women don't have what they want, because most women are not willing to choose faith. It's too scary. It's too uncomfortable. They don't have the belief, the conviction that if they just continue moving through this fear, of course they'll get everything that they want. And that does not need to be you. You can be the woman that gets everything that you want, but you've got to choose faith. If you want my help learning how to do that, go below this video, open up the description, click on relationshipyourdreams.com, watch the video on that page. See you on a call.